Hi, beautiful ladies. I want to talk about a few principles which I think you should apply as a woman before you open your legs for a man to avoid things like all men are the same. Okay, now, before we talk about these principles that you have to apply, I want to remind you of something, and that is the fact that there's a great power in women. Women are very great and wonderful. Women are very powerful. And that power can either shape or destroy the world, our world, and your world as well. Now, when you run through the pages of history, every great man had a woman in his life, either the mother or the wife. In over 90% of the cases, you have their mothers or their wives behind them. This tells you that a woman has power, but primarily that power is in her ability to multiply. That is, her ability to multiply what the man gives to her. That means that, okay, let's say this way, just like a woman has a womb, a man gives her sperm, the sperm fertilizes the egg, and a child comes out after 9 months. So also, it's the work of a woman to amplify a man's dreams, to provide that spiritual energy needed for this dream to manifest itself. Because men are not very spiritual. It's not like men don't believe in God. Men are not, we are not very spiritual. Men believe that what I cannot do does not exist. So men like to move on with their raw power. But in most cases, that raw power doesn't work. It is the spiritual blessing of a woman that crowns the effort of the man and brings it to success. So men need to realize this truth anyway. Now, when a woman multiplies a man, she turns that man into a king. And she makes the man a great man. So, your primary responsibility as a woman is to seek for how to multiply what is in your life. That is the man that is in your life, and empower him. Now, let's get into it. One of the key principles that you must apply if you want to maintain your relationship or maintain your integrity: close your legs. You see that leg? Close it, just close it. If you have to go find the biggest padlock in the market, padlock that leg and never open it for any guy. Now, it doesn't matter what he tells you. It doesn't matter what he does for you. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what that thing you think is chemistry. Or like some people say, love at first sight. You meet love at first sight. Maybe love at first date or one thing. You go to his house or he comes to your place. One thing leads to another and you guys blast it out. My dear, you see that leg? No matter that chemistry, even if it's the professor of chemistry that came and engineered the chemicals that is bringing about that chemistry, carry that padlock that leg. Because one problem we have is we have itchy legs that open up easily. Then at the end of the day, because of they are dramatic, they go out there and tell everybody that all men are the same. Yes, all men are the same, but how different are you? Did he rape you? No. The leg opened willingly. What he saw was someone that is similar to him. He cannot control his urges because most probably he's a good for nothing guy. Good for nothing but sex. And he comes to you, tells you one or two things, then the leg opens. And you guys catch fun. Did you not enjoy it? You enjoyed it. So how come he's the one bearing the blame? So, let's get back to what we're saying. Close your legs. Don't open your legs for a man. Even the man you're dating, close your legs for as long as possible. Close your legs until you find out this man is worthy of you. Because If you have your integrity as a person, as a lady, then there is a value. You're priceless. And being priceless, your intimacy is reserved for those who understand your priceless nature. Your intimacy is not meant for somebody whom will take you for a ride. And before you come to physical intimacy, you should have gone through mental intimacy, emotional intimacy, and so many other forms of intimacy. You don't start intimacy with bodily intimacy. Because if you start intimacy with bodily intimacy, it will collapse. Because the body works on chemistry. Today you can be angry in the morning and in the afternoon you're okay. So if you move by chemistry, that means your relationship will be a storm. Because it will go up and down, up and down, up and down. So close your legs until you find out if this man is worthy of you. Now, how do you find out if a man is worthy of you? Okay, before we go to if he's worthy of you, if you find out a man is not worthy of you, my dear, use the biggest bomb in your life and bomb him out of your life. Kick him out of your life. Because that man is good for nothing. He will ruin you. He will destroy you. The primary work of a man is to empower a woman and bring her into her power. That is, nurture a woman to be able to reduce her pleasure seeking and become a woman of substance. Now, it may be difficult for you to find such men because they are not easily or readily available. So, but when you find out a man is not a man that is going to value you or treasure you, kick him out of your life. Don't open your legs. Close it. Even if the leg is itching you, go and buy the chain of a mustard. Chain the leg. Now, how do you find out if a man is worthy of you? You find out if a man is worthy of you by his vision. What is his vision? What are his goals? What is his dream? What is his personality? Who is he? What is his character, or how is his character? Is it the type that before you say something, he tells you, shut up? He uses abusive words on you. Is it the type that when you give him a good suggestion, he feels that this should have come from me? And because it didn't come from him, he will kill it. And maybe in your absence, he will apply the principle you've given to him or the key to success you've given to him. But in your presence, he will tell you, he will make you feel that you are stupid. So you need to find out if this man compliments you, if this man adds value to your life. Or is he just coming because he's in his heat period? So you need to find out these things about the man. And this takes time. This means that when you start a relationship or when you start a friendship, you keep sex out of it for as long as possible until you are comfortable with this information and you know it is true. So most importantly, you find out what effort is he putting in to achieve these goals, dreams, and aspiration. Because for some men, their goals and dreams are just a pipe dream. They fantasize about it all the time. But when it comes to real action, there's no action. So you have to be able to differentiate. Because some men, the sugar in their mouth, even ants, will not be able to resist it. So, don't listen to his words. Watch his actions. Gauge his actions. Are these the action of somebody who's pursuing his dreams? Then, when you find out these things about him, the next thing you should do is, what is my role in this vision of yours? Am I a part of it or not? Now, for you to achieve this, sometimes you need to have difficult conversations with that person. Sometimes we shy away from difficult conversations in our vital or important friendship. But as matured adults, or as people that are maturing every day as a result of the leadership skills we learn, we should embrace difficult conversations. And in fact, we should seek it. Because without difficult conversations, we'll make a lot of mistakes. Or we have a lot of presumptions. We assume a lot of things which are not real. Let's take, for instance, when a man sleeps with a woman, in his mind, he can just be having fun with her. But because women are built for attachment, after a while, she begins to have sentiments with him. And since women are moved by their feelings and emotions, she begins to blame him for not wanting to commit to her. But he is catching fun. And at the end of the day, after a while, she may feel disappointed in him that he doesn't want to make a commitment to her. But was there any commitment in the beginning? No. Sometimes he even started as friends with benefits. So, find out what you need to find out about this guy. Then know the role you play in it. How do you play the role? You can start up a conversation. One thing most coaches or psychologists recommend is talk to your partner or talk to your friend on appointment. Fix an appointment for a conversation and talk about it. Where is this friendship going? How can I offer you assistance? How can I be of help to you? Then, from the wealth of your own knowledge and abundance, you play the key role that you have to play. One key role every woman has to play in the life of a man is maximum prayers for that man. When a woman prays for a man, it opens every door that is locked. When a woman sincerely prays for a man, that's why the Holy Writ says that he that finds a wife finds a good thing. Even though today a lot of us are married and we're married with bad things in our house, there's no progress. Why? Because we did not marry a wife, we married a knife. So, when a woman kneels down to pray for her husband, she opens the door. Why is it so? Because men naturally are not really into prayers and all that. Most men you see going to religious homes are doing that as a result of let me just satisfy my family or my peer pressure or something, or let it not look like I'm the worst guy. If you allow most men, they won't go to religious homes. But a woman, the first source of help is prayer, because she looks up to God. It's not like men don't look up to God. Men look up to God, yes. But because of the nurturing that we have been nurtured into believing that as a man, you can do all things, or you should die in silence, you should endure your pains without showing a sign, without complaining, or without asking for assistance. So we suppress our need for assistance and continue to bear the pains. So you pray for your man, and as you pray for him, you open the doors. Now, but this is a little bit a tricky thing, because I will say there are two ways this can work out. Now, if you have a friend, maybe you're dating or something, or you're not dating, or you guys are just friends, and you want to start adding this value to that your friend's life, like planning, making things better, giving ideas on how to improve the life. I'm not talking about correction, no, not correcting him. Rather, bringing up ideas on how to improve the career or his works or something. Now, when a man has not decided that he wants to spend his life with you, or when a man doesn't want a long-term thing with you, if you start up with this effort, the man will Ben Johnson on his own. Or he will resist that your effort. He will let you understand that he's not interested in building with you. And when a man does that with you, your leg has not opened before. So you walk away without any hurt, no strings attached, no feeling. You won't feel hurt if you walk away at that point, because your pride, your dignity has not been sold for cheap articles, or has not been sold as a cheap article. Now, there's a second way it can play out. When within that man, even if he may not have decided that he wants to spend long time with you, he wants a long-term relationship with you, a long-term friendship with you, or marriage with you, and you begin this process with him, it can be the key that he's looking for. It can be the treasure that converts you into the queen that he has been, the princess he has been looking for. And that can impel him to decide to want to spend the rest of his life with you. Why? Because you have just added value to his life. And the truth is, when you add value to a man's life, that man would always treasure you beyond your widest imagination. Because if you look at the life of men, it's full of pains, troubles. From childhood, men are taught to endure. Men are taught to bear pain without showing a sign. Men's life are so full of war. He has to go out there, he has to conquer, he has to bring back food, he has to take care of his girl, he has to take care of his wife, he has to take care of his kids. And in all of this, sometimes these men are not appreciated. Some of these women even have this sense of entitlement, that when they demand for something and you cannot provide for it, they blame you for it, they hate you for it, and all that. So men's life is full of challenges. And when a man sees that person whom tries to solve these challenges for him, the man treasures that person, because men are not naturally attuned to expressing, even to their closest friends. A man can be going through hell and his friend doesn't even know what he's going through. He may not tell them. They can be drinking friends, they can be very good friends, they can be close friends, but he doesn't tell them. One, because men lack the emotional language to express the depth of what they're talking about. Because sometimes men can even be explaining something, a man can be explaining something to you, and it gets to a point where the explanation goes very emotional. You find out that man blanks out immediately. Somehow he gets lost, he's unable to express himself very well. So men are not into too much talk. And that's why he will treasure you. The moment he sees that you are adding value to him, that you are touching him where it pains him the most, he will treasure you. And such men never ever leave such women. They always treasure such women. Now, but when you talk about treasuring the women, it is dependent on who the man is. Because if the man is a player that sleeps around or moves around from woman to woman, and he sees a woman he treasures, that doesn't mean he automatically stops sleeping with every other woman. He will still sleep around, but he may try to hide it from you, so you don't know. Why am I saying this? Sometimes when women do go the extra mile for men, they now think or feel that the man is supposed to automatically change and become a saint for them. But that's not how it works. Okay? So, the only thing is, when he treasures you, he gives you that respect. Then with time, if you have the technology, the knowledge, and the skill needed to implement a change in him, or to be a reason for him to improve his life, then he would. But if you don't know how, it's best not to force a change, because forcing a change in a relationship is not love. You can only be a reason for somebody to change. Love means that you accept somebody for whom that person is. You accept the good side and the bad side, the strength and the weakness. So, add value to a man's life, and that man will treasure you. Though part of the challenge we have here is that some very cheap women who don't add value to a man extract value from men. But the truth is, the moment you extract value from a man, that man loses respect for you. And what do I mean by cheap woman? A cheap woman is not a woman that gives you her number on the first day you meet her. No, that's not being cheap. Because our world has changed drastically. Today, by the click of a button, you can meet somebody 100 miles from where you are, and that person can be better than you that is trying not to give your number. So, cheap has to do with you requesting for things that money can buy from this man. Like some people, you meet them today, tomorrow their gas don't finish, next week house rent don't finish. Some of them by the third week, in one buy new phone, in one changing phone. And these things are not things of value. These are not things that add integrity to you. These are frivolous. These are things you can live out. A man will appreciate it more if he meets a woman and the woman is interested in my business needs this amount of money to grow. I have this amount, and if you can assist me with this, I will pay you back. And you pay back. In most cases that women are wanting to pay back, the man says, take the money. Now, but the point is, a man is not interested in a woman that extracts value from him, especially in the beginning of a friendship. Sometimes you meet a girl today, tomorrow she's asking you for a charge card. Buy me data. My data has finished. Who made the man? Is the man your manager? Is it the company you're working in? I want to fix my hair. I want to go for an event, so I have to look good. Where is it written in the Constitution, or is it in the Holy Writ, that the moment you ask a girl, or the moment you want to become friends with a girl, then all her financial responsibilities come to your head? Where is it written? It's an unwritten rule. So the moment you ask a man to spend his dime on you, that man loses respect for you, and that man sees you as a cheap person, and he will treat you for what you are. Because the reason you're asking him for those things is because you're going to open that leg. And if you open that leg and you're asking for these things, you may not ask for physical cash after sex, but by you asking for these frivolities is a payment for that. Because if you don't open your leg for him, you will not ask him for those silly things. So if he pays you for the leg you have opened, why can he not have another woman? Why can he not have another girl? He can also have another girl and pay her as well, because she's what? Ashawo too. So don't ask a man for anything, rather do for him. Because when a woman has integrity and can pay her bills, when a man comes close to her, that man has a higher respect for her. Not buy me this, buy me that, buy me this, buy me that. And tomorrow you say all men are the same, as if he used knife to open the leg, or as if he raped you. Okay? Now, if we go back to what we're talking about, add value to his life. Then, there's something about adding value to his life, and that is, don't specialize it. What do I mean by don't specialize it? When you want to add value to a man's life, don't make it seem like you're doing this thing specially for him. Because true love or true friendship flows from who you are. You're not forcing it. So if you're the type that you don't go extra mile, or you don't go out of your way to do something for somebody, when you have a man in your life or you have a friend, don't go that extra mile for the person. Because the truth is, when you go this extra mile for men, they understand that you are doing this thing not as your lifestyle, but because you want them to see you as maybe the one they should get married to. And nothing scares a man like that, like such things. Because he knows that this is not your lifestyle. So even if he puts you in his house, after a while this lifestyle will drop and the real you will show up. And it is that real you that he doesn't like, not the fact that you're doing these things for him. The worst of all is that some women will go and sleep with other men, collect their money and come and give to that your guy whom you think you value. You're deceiving yourself, because the truth is, every human being knows when their partner is cheating, either instinctively or by logical analysis of the person. Because it's just like psychologists or criminologists, CID police people or law enforcement agents. When they see a criminal, they know, because there are signs that you give off that you don't even know that you're giving off this sign, but they know. So also, when you are cheating on your partner knows, because definitely there may be one or two signs you're giving off. It could be as simple as when that person you're cheating with calls you on phone. The way you answer the phone, sometimes some people will try to act like there's nothing going on, but that very act of acting tells the other person that this person is special to this lady. That's why she's acting like nothing is happening. So don't specialize your actions. Don't go beyond your normal way of life because you want to impress your friend and make him see you like a good woman. No. Do the things within your capacity, and he will see you for who you are and appreciate you for who you are. And if he loves you for who you are, the friendship can grow. The friendship can become better. Okay? So don't specialize your actions towards him. Add value to his life. Be a good friend. But most importantly, close your legs. Don't open that leg. Close your legs until you are very sure that this man will treasure you. This man will treat you like a princess. This man will add value to your life. At such times, you may open the leg. So, life is very simple. And life can be great. Love is a beautiful thing. Friendship is a beautiful thing. But it has to be properly managed. One challenge we all have is that a lot of us don't know what it involves to manage a relationship, and we get into it. And that's why so much heartache, heart pain, and broken hearts are all over the places. So close your legs and make sure your man values you. Then you pour your value on him as well. Because a woman multiplies. Whatever a man gives to you, you multiply it. And life will become better. Okay? So maintain your integrity. Close your leg. And be the princess that you want to be. Cheers and thanks for listening. If you have any questions, you can leave it down. I'll come back to answer them. Thank you. Hi, beautiful ladies. I want to talk about a few principles which I think you should apply as a woman before you open your legs for a man, to avoid things like all men are the same. Okay, now, before we talk about these principles that you have to apply, I want to remind you of something, and that is the fact that there's a great power in women. Women are very great and wonderful. Women are very powerful. And that power can either shape or destroy the world, our world, and your world as well. Now, when you run through the pages of history, every great man had a woman in his life, either the mother or the wife. In over 90% of the cases,